Okay, folks, we'll start with BBC Radio Leicester, please.
Brendan, hi. Ian Stringer up in the commentary box. Are you able to hear me? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Brendan, thanks for taking the time. I wonder what your feeling is right now, that you've just got the pride of parade in the FA Cup around to fans for the first time here in 14 months, but ultimately not made Champions League football.
Well, certainly, obviously, bitterly disappointed. It hurts at the moment, and it probably will do for a few days. But I know in a few days' time, when I look back at the season overall and reflect on what the players have given, despite the obstacles we've had throughout the season, with injuries and everything else, and I'll have great pride in what they've achieved this season. Obviously, currently, disappointment having been 2-1 up in the game, and then losing it at the end.
Is that the bit that's toughest for you, Brendan? The fact it was in your own hands for a lot of the game today.
Yeah. I think that I don't think we were brilliant in the game, but we were. We showed that the moments of quality. Vards has done great for the penalties and showed great composure to get us in front in the game. We've conceded 2 goals that is disappointing. If you remember back, we had issues at the beginning of the season when we were missing players of the profile, and then once we had those in, we weren't so bad. But having Johnny out and Wesley out, the team made us. We weren't the same authority in the set pieces, and ultimately we conceded 2, which let them back into the game.
Wesley Fofana, Brendan, what was the issue with him? It looked like you had. Forgive me, I may have misread this, but you had a replacement ready, you had a plan ready. Was that something that Wesley was carrying, and if indeed, what was it?
Yeah, it was from the warm up. He felt his hamstring, but he wanted to give a go and see how he would cope. And obviously, you've seen how emotional he was coming off. He'd given everything, and obviously then we had to adjust the structure of the team.
There was a suggestion of handball for one of the Harry Kane goals as well, Brendan. You had a chance to. Can you have any complaints over any of them?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, Ian, so I can't comment really on it.
Understand that. Home fans with you, and I know it's disappointing, Brendan. You've said it hurts, and we feel the same, and all the fans do. But walking out to them at the start of the game, to have them even applauding you, Brendan, at the end when it was 4-2, and rather than going home and filing for the exits, they were still cheering your name and getting behind the players. That must, in many ways, have still been a really pleasant feeling to welcome them back here.
Yeah, when I drove into the stadium before the game, just seeing them outside having a drink and just having people around the stadium, there's real excitement to that. And then obviously the noise that they generate in the stadium. We couldn't have asked for any more. They were absolutely brilliant for us. Like they were at Wembley last week. They really pushed us over the line. And having them back next season will really, really help us. So, but no, we really appreciate it. It's been a really tough year for all supporters and in particular the Leicester City supporters. But they gave us everything today, and hopefully they've seen their team give everything all year. And okay, we've just missed out right at the very end, but we've created a history, and we've shown that we keep making these steps forward. And I said to the players afterwards that 2.5, we've been virtually playing football now for 2 years, and when we started out, we were sort of probably a mid-table team with a squad of talent. Now we're a team that can spend consistent periods at the top end of the league. We're challenging the elite of the division, and we're able to fight for trophies, and we've won one. So it's been a huge effort by everyone, and clearly there will be disappointment, and we have to take our medicine today. But we'll be ready to come back, push and fight again, and have another go next season.
They're all important summers, Brendan. Of course they are, and rebuilding and consolidating. You hope, I know, to get James Justin back and Harvey Barnes back and get everybody fit. But what do you feel your priorities are in this summer?
Well, I think we want to strengthen the top end of the field. We need to have more goal threat. We need to have a little bit more physicality in the team, and like I say, it's also a mindset as well. I want to bring in one or two more players that have that winning feeling, that mentality of winning, and understand it, and to add that to the group of talented players that we hope will continue to progress. So yeah, it is a really exciting period ahead. It's hard now and it's tough now because we've put so much into the season, but we'll go away, have a rest, and get back ready for the summer, and with a few new additions, help the team and help the squad, and let's see if we can keep pushing on.
Final one from me, Brendan, if you wouldn't mind. Our airwaves post-match there's been concerns about losing players, losing talent because of the Champions League and Europa League, and also losing you, Brendan. People concerned as to your future. What message would you like to deliver to those fans this evening?
Listen, they have no worries about myself. I absolutely love it here at Leicester City. You know, even more so now that we've just missed out. It motivates me even more to be here and to try and help the club and push the club towards that level. So for me, it'll be go away, reflect on a great season, and then plan and get ready to make an exciting season with us all back together again. That would be the message.
Apologies. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your hurting. But congratulations on delivering something that people of Leicester have dreamt of for a long, long time, the FA Cup. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Jordan Blackwell, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Jordan.
You just mentioned there about maybe adding players that have that winning feeling. Do you feel your current group of players perhaps lack that a little bit?
No, clearly not. Clearly not. But you always want to add that. So it's not just what I'm saying is it's not just about bringing players in. It's bringing players in with the right profile and having that right mentality as a start point. You know, players that maybe have won something or have that feeling of competing at the top end of their with their respective teams. So that's something that can help the group. And of course, we're losing players of experience, so it's going to be important that we can add some experience to it as well. So, but yeah, I think that, as I've said to you in there, if you look at where the team is at, where it's come from, and what we're competing against, for us to be up there and consistently up there, makes me very proud of our work. However, we want to continue pushing. We know it's a huge challenge for us to be competing with Man Cities and Liverpool and Chelsea's and these other teams. But that's the challenge, and that's a great test that we have, and we want to keep that challenge and look at it for next season now.
You mentioned that it's going to hurt for a few days, and I seem to remember at the end of last season, going into the new campaign, you had a meeting with the players to try and help them get over maybe the disappointment of the previous at the end of the previous campaign. Do you think you'll need something similar to help the players get over this disappointment?
You know, it's nothing new that I done last year, Jordan. It's something that I've always done with players. We'll always sit down and reflect. I think it's totally different for this season. I think last summer we wanted to realign everyone and make sure that we were starting the season in a positive way, and we'll do the same this season. You know, despite top six finishing and winning the FA Cup. So yeah, our motivation will be there, our ambition, and it's just about getting that commitment again to push on.
Thanks very much. Hard luck today.
Cheers. Thanks, Jordan.
Okay, we're going to do a couple more. We'll go to Jack Hart and then we'll go to Tom Collins. Jack first.
Hi, Brendan. I'll ask you a bit about Wes Morgan having played his last game for the club, and kind of retrospectively, how kind of in the year that Leicester won the league, where do you think his impact ranks compared to the year that Virgil van Dijk won Player of the Year and Ruben Dias this year? I mean, he might not get the same credit in 20 years' time, but I mean, his kind of stats speak for themselves.
Yeah, no, he's been a colossal player. He's come to the end of a long road. Over 750 appearances, playing football since he was a child, and finishing up with the FA Cup at 37 years of age. a remarkable guy. I've been lucky enough to have spent the last 2.5 years with. So now he will go down in history at Leicester City for what he's done. And if you look at his contribution as well to Nottingham Forest, his other club, 400 odd games, he's been an incredible professional, and arriving to the top level at 30 and finishing up over the course of 7 years with a Premier League title and an FA Cup, as well as a Championship title, then he's had a brilliant career.
Okay, Tom Palomossi, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Tom.
How confident are you that you'll be able to keep all the players that you want to keep and that you rely on in time for the start of next season and after the window?
Yeah, to be fair, Tom, it's not something that I'm thinking about now. It's something that my immediate feeling is of the analysis of the game, and then we'll see what the summer brings. We want to bring in players that can improve the squad. We'll see what evolves over the course of the summer, if there's bids for players or whatnot. But it's not really something that I'm considering too much, to be honest.
Do you think in 5-10 years' time, clearly what everybody remembers of this season will be that you won the FA Cup for the first time in 137 years, isn't it? Will that be something that consoles you over the next few days, which you say will be disappointing for you?
I think my immediate feeling is of disappointment. I've got to be honest. We put so much into this season. I think there's a lot of things that have conspired against us with injuries and everything else, but we've been able to maintain the fight at the top level. And then obviously, of course, when you get so close within 15 minutes, and then to lose the game is hugely disappointing. So, but it's the nature of this sport. You're going to have ups and downs. We've had so many highs this season. And today, unfortunately for us, we just couldn't quite make the step. And I've always said it. We've deserved to finish fifth over 38 games. I don't go with the one that we deserve to be there, because we've been in the top four so for so many weeks that doesn't really matter. Top four is being there at the end of the season, and we have put up an incredible fight to finish there against some huge teams, and we're ahead of teams that should be in there. So yeah, it's been a long season. The players have given so much. I want to thank them for their effort and mentality and resilience throughout the season. And I'm all go away, come back next year and ready to hopefully disrupt the top six again.
Thanks for all your help this season. Thank you.
Cheers, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.